Hi, welcome back to BrainFLoTv. Yo, Lil Woody, man. Lil Woody is. I think Lil Woody thought he was like he had the feds by the balls type of situation. But it looked like they actually got Lil Woody by the balls. Let's go off what Fox 5 Atlanta said first, and then I'll tell you what I think. So, Kenneth Lil Woody Copeland, that's his whole name. Kenneth Copeland is his real name. Lil Woody, street name. He was back on the stand in front of the jurors in the YSL Rico trial in Fulton County on Monday. Fulton County prosecutors questioned him, and he's supposed to be a star witness in the racketeering case against Young Thug and others. For several hours, they questioned him on a variety of topics dealing with the case. I don't know why they're so focused on Lil Woody. I guess because in the beginning, Lil Woody had agreed to snitch and help them, and they thought they had a diamond in the rough. But it turns out it's a dud, because he is what they call a hostile witness. He ain't really helping them too much. He just running around and around in circles. But you know, sometimes when you try to run around in circles and tell lies and try to get yourself out of trouble, you end up telling the truth anyways. Now, check this out. This comes several weeks after the previous judge held an in-chamber meeting with Lil Woody and prosecutors, but excluded Young Thug's attorneys and Young Thug. The presiding judge was changed twice following the ex parte meeting, which was to determine if Lil Woody understood his immunity deal with the prosecutors. I guess that's what Judge Granville said. He said, the meeting that we had was to go over the immunity deal and make sure that Lil Woody understood what it is was expected of him. His reply to prosecutors repeatedly on Monday was, I don't recall. I don't recall. I don't recall. I don't recall. Prosecutor is like, well, goddamn, you don't recall nothing, so you can't help us really. Lil Woody also kept on telling them that he lied about almost everything in 2015 just to try to keep himself out of jail, which means that most of what he told them is not worth anything because he was just lying. Trial attorney and legal expert Tom Church says that the testimony was a huge blow to the state's case, but former Fulton County prosecutor Manny Aurora says that it does not mean that they cannot still get a conviction. They're going to have to work really hard for this conviction because this is their star witness, and he just delivered a huge blow to their case. One of them says, I think it's devastating for the state, right? Mr. Copeland, or Woody as we know him now, he was billed as the star witness for the state, and now he is imploding on the stand. And what's remarkable is it seems to be intentional. He is intentionally messing up the case for the state who gave him the deal, and he's supposed to be helping them in exchange. So, all is not lost for the government. I mean, if they can prove any of the two underlying crime predicate act again, they can get 20 plus years in custody on these individuals. 20 plus years. Copeland, which is Woody, did admit to a few key events, including shooting up a barbershop and getting a rental car from Young Thug. This is where I come in. Copeland had been promised immunity for his testimony unless he was found to be willfully obstructing in the court's case. This is a clause in his immunity deal that I don't think Woody understands. Let me say it again. He was promised immunity for his testimony unless he is found to be willfully obstructing the state's case. That means if they can determine that he is willfully obstructing the case, they can yank that deal and he goes right back to being one of the people that's on trial with no deal. The prosecution will continue its questioning of Copeland this morning. Now, here's where I think Lil Woody messed up at yesterday. Talking too much. He was doing fine when he was saying, I don't recall, I don't recall, I don't recall, I don't know where. He came out with the infinity. And he dropped the infinity off to a certain person. So, under cross-examination, they asked him, the same infinity? He said, what? They said the same infinity. He said the great infinity. They said yes, and that's the great infinity that's listed in the affidavit. Is that the same infinity? He said, it's the infinity that I rented. She said, you mean the infinity that Young Thug rented from the airport for you? He said, yeah, I had told him that I needed a car. So he went with me and I rented it. Is that the same infinity? So you see, Woody is now caught up. Woody now admits, because this is what they're trying to establish. They are trying to establish Young Thug's position in all of this. Lil Woody is a criminal. The other guys who were thought to have killed the individual they're trying to prove that they killed, they're criminals. That's how the state looks at them. But the state is trying to prove, in order to prove this Rico case, they're trying to prove that the big head honcho, the boss, was Young Thug. And Young Thug called the shots who gets killed. And he financially facilitates making it happen. In other words, he would take Woody, go rent him a car, give them the car to be used in the murder, and tell them who to use the car to go kill. And then they will, after that, they will call him and say, hey, the job's done. And he would say, okay, so now y'all are hot. So here's a couple stacks of money. Go lay low in Miami or wherever for a couple of weeks. You already have another person who willingly testified that Young Thug gave them money after the murder to go lay low for a couple of weeks. Now they're trying to figure he rented a car, because they already said he's the one that rented the car. It's not hard to figure out who rented a car. You go to the rental car company, and as a law enforcement official, and this is a part of a murder case, they're going to give up that information. So it's easy. It's on record. It's going to say a driver's license has to be shown. A major credit card has to be used, right? Whose major credit card was used? Whose driver's license was shown? Young Thug's major credit card was used. Young Thug's driver's license was shown. Now, on the flip side of defending Young Thug's attorney could say he rented a car and he let the homies hold the car, but he didn't tell anybody to go use the car to commit a murder. But that's on the defense side. On the prosecution side, the prosecution is saying he rented the car specifically for that murder to be carried out. He gave the car to Woody, and Woody was supposed to be a part of what took place when the individual was killed. This individual was known to be beefing with Young Thug, known to be beefing with the side that killed him, kind of thing. So they're trying to stitch the pieces together, and Lil Woody mentioning the great infinity did not help him if he was trying to be I don't know what to say. If he was trying to be like confusing for them, if he was trying to act like he doesn't remember, that's one of the things he should have not remembered. But he conveniently remembered that part on a stand. I can't help to think, but Lil Woody has gotten caught in between a rock and a hard place. He is at a place where, let's be honest, right? I think when they got hold of Lil Woody first for his own crimes, I think he wanted to get out of his own crimes so much he was willing to sell anybody up the river. But now that this has turned into a TV fiasco, now he is backpedaling because he doesn't want to be labeled a snitch, because he doesn't want to put people away because of the implications, what could happen to him out in the streets and his family, right? So what he's trying to do right now is he's trying to benefit from his immunity deal and keep that immunity deal while still not giving much or enough to the prosecution to be able to solve this case, to say, yes, we had a good witness and that was Lil Woody, and he gave us everything we needed, case closed. That's where he's at right now. Leave your comments in the comment section below. Tell me what you think about this one. I'll catch you on the next video. The case is really heating up, and this case has been going on for a while. I must say, Lil Woody is the person that's making this case very interesting. He is a true Hollywood actor, but at the same time, I don't even know how to tell you that this is going to turn out. We just got to keep on watching. All right. So the commentary could change from day to day. We might wake up one day and realize that Lil Woody is back in custody too. I still think he's going to blow this case for the prosecutor, which is bad. However, the possibility is there that they could yank his immunity deal and he end up back in prison, because there's a fine print on his immunity deal that says if he is found to be sabotaging the case for the prosecution, or unless he is found to be willfully obstructing the state's case, which I think right now they're looking at him like, yeah, right, he's willfully obstructing the case. Take the immunity deal back from him. I'll catch y'all on the next video. It's BrainFLoTv / Hot Topics TV. You already know if the topic is hot, we're on it. I'm out. Peace.